So I want to talk a little about freedom. Maybe I'm not doing a great job passing this because of my terrible way of explaining things, or maybe I just don't know it. But I think I got it. I think I got it a little bit. So I want to emphasize on why freedom works. So why non-violent interactions with adults, why it works, and how to get there. For example, we all, I think most people that know this want to lose weight. For example, I need to lose some weight too, actually. But I know what to do to start. So that's what I'm trying to say here. What do people need to do not to interact violently with their neighbors, with everyone else? What does it require to do that? Is that something difficult? Is that something like trying to lose weight? We all know if you've been through losing weight, it's not easy. It's not easy to lose weight. I've tried that at least once, and I came back to my weight. So I'm trying to find something that works for me, that could last. One that I'm trying to work on is avoiding carbs. That is my nightmare, and that is basically most of my food. All right, enough of the exercise talk. So what does it require to actually learn to not violently interact with others? Is that something difficult? How is it like? And what is it exactly? So in my understanding, if you can tolerate differences, and you like to talk, I wanted to say you don't have to talk to be peaceful. But if there's a dispute, then talking is good. Otherwise, bottling whatever is in usually ends up bad. If people don't discuss a dispute in an attempt to try to see what's going on, what went wrong, then it most likely will end into violently or not productive at all. The non-productive is obviously doesn't violate freedom, but the possibility that it could lead to violence because people don't discuss things is why discussing things is good. So now, what am I saying? All this babbling. In order to learn freedom for your own self and for others, so you don't affect other people's freedom, is one, learn to tolerate differences. That means do not enforce your beliefs on others. Do not enforce your belief on others. So it's basically and that is the key thing. So the key thing is restraint. Like not doing anything. Unlike, unlike wanting to lose weight, right? If I need to lose weight, I need to do things. I need to go to the gym, eat certain foods. I need to do something. With freedom, you just need to not do things that violate freedom. So you just need not do it. So whatever you are doing now, don't hit anyone if they are not trying to hit you. Don't use government to coerce someone into doing something they don't want to. It's just you don't do it. That is a requirement. That is the fundamental requirement for freedom. And that absolutely sounds easier said than done. Obviously, it's very, very difficult for people not to project what they think is good to others. It's very, very, very good. Very, very hard. For one, we're parents, we're caretakers. We need those. We need to tell our kids, hey, do this, don't do that. So it's almost a nature for us as parents, as adults, those who have kids, to do this, to go through that. But that's what freedom requires. Freedom requires inaction towards hurting others. And believe you me, that is absolutely what is throwing the world into poverty and lack of peace. We want to project our beliefs to others. We want to tell others how to live. And we do that forcefully through culture, through the family. That's where it all began. As children, we learn these things. We learn that you have to impose your will on others for your will to be passed. Because that's what our parents do to us. They tell us what is good and what is bad. And we just get indoctrinated that way. I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's in inaction. So through family, culture, religion, and of course, 100% government. The government is all force. It's all trying to control others. It's an action we're taking to control others. Through the family, in an attempt to raise our kids, we don't raise them ethically and logically. We just tell them do things without actually explaining why that is good. And so kids grow up knowing that they just need to do these things without having any reason for it. So not only do we learn to control us because we've been controlled throughout our childhood, but we control without giving reasons. Through culture, we've seen it. You get ostracized, and if you're lucky, not hurt, because you don't do certain things. You don't marry from your culture. You don't always praise your culture. You can't criticize it. Or through religion, trying to forcefully make someone convert to your religion. Of course, government, 100% of government is force, is coercion. So my point is, in order, like, what we need to actually imbibe freedom is not try to control. It's in action. Don't do it. When you think of freedom, don't do it. Don't impose your will on others by force. You can discuss your opinion, you can discuss your differences, but don't impose it by force. If you like, you can discuss it. That's definitely developing that skill of discussion, debate, logic, and reasoning. It's good. It's going to help you settle disputes. Let's say you and I are the only one living in this world. Let's say I live in Africa, you live somewhere in Europe. We probably will not meet for a very, very long time. Like, say, if we voluntarily want to. So, you are the only one I only occupy Africa and you only occupy Europe. You are the only one. And maybe we don't need to learn how to discuss things. Trying to know how to think logically, for as long as we can restrain ourselves. So the restraint comes first, and then, but to be successful, to be able to continue to teach the values of freedom, we need to be able to know how to discuss without force. So I just wanted to make sure I was thinking it, and then I wanted to make a podcast for it. So really, what we need to imbibe freedom is inaction. It's not to do. Freedom, think of, don't do it. Don't hurt others. Restraint. Zero action. Thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you soon.